Talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man Pots and Pans, what's the dang on deal? Kicking it with KC, we talking about sports, all different types of topics. Starting off with this main one right here. You can see it behind us on the green screen. Coming from ESPN.com. According to ESPN's Shams, veteran point guard Chris Paul and LA Clippers coach Ty Lue stopped speaking weeks before the team abruptly informed Paul he would no longer be part of the roster. Sources say Paul's vocal leadership style, which held players and coaches accountable, clashed with the organization. Clippers president Lawrence Frank emphasized that the decision wasn't based on a single incident. Multiple discussions took place before Paul was told of the move during a 3-hour meeting in Atlanta. Frank said he values Paul's legacy, but felt the fit was no longer right for the 5-16 Clippers. Paul, who rejoined the Clippers on a 1-year deal after 12 years and is expected to retire at season's end, averaged 2.9 points and 3.3 assists in 14.3 minutes. Off the bench, by the way. He reportedly learned of his ouster early Wednesday morning and posted on social media shortly afterwards. Chris Paul, bro. Now, I ain't no huge Chris Paul fan. I ain't even gonna say I'm a Chris Paul fan at all, to be honest with you. I don't dislike Chris Paul. But, bro, to kind of do this dude like this, knowing that this is his last season, it's kind of crazy. Y'all blaming the failure of the Clippers on a guy who's coming off the bench in his last season. You blaming that on him? Unless y'all saying Chris Paul is literally going around. Unless y'all saying, let me fix this. Unless y'all saying Chris Paul is literally going around, bossing people around, telling people what to do, acting like. Now, I ain't going to sit up here in front like that don't seem like something Chris Paul could do. Go to an organization, start telling people what to do like he got several rings or a ring at all, for that matter. Saying that with all due respect, Chris Paul. But if it is true that he running around kind of telling coaches and administrator and players what to do and how to act and blah, 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 how to move, then it's like, yeah, Chris Paul, chill out, bro. You are doing too much. We kind of saw that in the Warriors, and then they let him go. And then now all of a sudden, you getting let go in your final year. It kind of say a lot about Chris Paul, bro. Kind of say a lot. If we're going to take that perspective in that narrative. Other than that, the Clippers, how y'all gonna blame him for y'all loss? Saying he ain't a good fit. He coming off the bench, bro. Like, yeah, it definitely got to be an attitude thing at this point. Because it ain't like you relying on him to really put your team in a winning position coming off the bench. Respectfully. But where should Chris Paul land in his final year? He's clearly not getting a farewell tour. Where should the point guard play in his final year, at least for a chance to get a championship? Go to a playoff contending team. Because right now, the Clippers ain't looking like that. They might go to the playoffs, but they ain't looking like a playoff contending team. There's a difference. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. I kind of got stuff everywhere in here, so I don't know what's next. Okay. We talking about, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, the Curry brothers. Okay, I forgot about this, man. This story right here is coming from NBA.com. Golden State Warriors signed veteran guard Steph Curry on December 1st for the rest of the 2025-2026 season. Curry spent training camp with the team before being waived on October 18th and now rejoins his brother, Stephen Curry, as an NBA teammate for the first time. An 11-year NBA veteran, Curry owns career averages of 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1.9 assists per game. We talking about Seth Curry at this point, by the way. And led the league in three-point shooting last season with a 45.6% mark while playing 68 games for Charlotte. The 35-year-old guard said he prides himself on adapting to different roles and producing wherever he plays. The reunion will mark the Curry brothers' the third set of siblings on the same roster this season, though Stephen is currently sidelined with a left quadriceps injury. So I think he got his debut not too long ago, earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken. Steph Curry did. Not sure if Steph played. I didn't keep up with the entire game or anything like that. But here's what I want to say. I'm not mad at the idea of having brothers on the same team. People that you really mesh with. If that comes to be your blood brother, then let it be that. I'm not mad at that. Now, okay, you can say the same thing, father, son, LeBron and Bronny. That may be the case, but we're not seeing that right now. But when Steph gets back, Steph playing in some of his final years, he gets to play with his brother, who's also probably in his final years. This could probably bring joy, life, passion back into the game. For Steph, he might want to hurry up and get back to play with his brother. Mother and father get to go to one stadium or travel with one team while they play for the rest of the season. That probably makes families, that probably makes them all feel good and makes them want to play better. When you feel better, you play better. When you play better, they pay better, etc., right? So I'm going on the theory that I think Seth Curry playing for the Warriors on the team with his brother is a great thing. It's a great thing for the Warriors, great thing for Steph and Seth. I think this could help elevate Steph's game and hopefully help out with the Warriors. I'm not saying that I think Seth is going to make a difference per se. I want him to. I'm rooting for him. But I think Steph might feel better knowing this. Probably getting a couple plays off. Shoot, he was one of the leading three-point scorers. Is the real Splash Brothers about to show up in Golden State? Seth and Steph? Are we about to get the real Splash Brothers out here? That's what we could be looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Number 30 and number 31. Curry brothers. What you talking about? Hey, this could be, I like this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. What you think about Seth Curry playing on the Warriors with his brother, Steph Curry? And should they both just end their careers in Golden State? Do you think it's gonna work out? Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show. We will check the comments, during the show, after the show. We'll respond, but I want to know your thoughts regards to Seth Curry playing with his brother Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show 313-466-4386. I just thought of something that I don't think I added. It's another story that I think I want to add. Did I have something for this? All right, give me a second. Let me see if I can pull this up while we live. My computer bro, you doing too much. And I bet I am. That's okay. All right, yeah. We're going to get this off, though. Pause. That's what happened. It went back. Okay. All right, so check this out. I got a new story for you. Yeah. LeBron James. Right here. You see him right here, right? Now, this is kind of a on the cusp topic that I wanted to talk about. But it's talking about LeBron James and him essentially is my question is LeBron James the only current professional athlete who has a United States sports gambling endorsement? Now, there are other and I'm saying all that to say because there are professional athletes who have sports gambling deals. Giannis Antetokounmpo has one with a sports gambling company that's based in Greece. And to be honest with you, Lionel Messi, professional soccer player, actually has a deal with Hard Rock Bet. Pause. But first of all, don't nobody count soccer as professional sports right now, for real. It ain't running stuff like basketball, football, hockey, and baseball. There's one more after that. They might say soccer. I'm not buying it right now. My point is, Lionel Messi's getting a lot of money. LeBron James, one of the only ones. Now, there's a plenty of ex-players, ex-NBA players, football players who have their endorsement deals. But this one is special because as soon as the collective bargaining agreement for the NBA was done, 2023, the new one, 2023, 2024, his deal was announced, I believe, in January of 2024. His deal with DraftKings. Now, one of the stipulations about it is he cannot talk about the NBA. He can only talk about football or any other sport. So he's going to naturally, I ain't going to say naturally, but he's going to go to football because that's another sport that he's comfortable with. And he was a football player, in case you didn't know, before playing in the NBA. In high school, he played a little bit of football. But saying all that to say, it's interesting to me to see that not only is sports gambling companies that eager to get a super mega star like LeBron James, that they'll wait as soon as the deal's done and get it out there and do it. Boom, we got LeBron James. He's not even talking about basketball, but we have LeBron James talking about our company. But it's also the fact that LeBron James, as an active NBA player and arguably the best in the league right now, if not one of the best, is actually taking on a U.S. sports gambling endorsement. That's kind of weird to me. I feel like none of the greats would do something like this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money involved, and I'm pretty sure, depending on what the money's looking like, anybody could have probably just said, yeah, I'm going with it. But I just don't see MJ doing this, bro. I don't see Kobe doing this. I don't see a lot of players who really had that drive and that passion for the game. I don't see them doing this while they're playing. So LeBron James is always going to be the exception. But it's pondering to me because sports betting is and always has been a very interesting topic to me, intriguing topic. And it's getting highlighted a lot more because of social media, internet access, but it's been going on for decades, centuries, damn near, if you will. But it's so prominent now. It's so much going on. Why would you even want to get muddied up in that water of even doing that? Other than the money, I guess. But from now on, I want you to pay attention. Let me know if you see any other professional athlete with a U.S.-based sports betting deal other than LeBron. And Lionel Messi, of course. We ain't counting that right now. We talking about LeBron. We doing LeBron hate right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't paying attention. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show 313-466-4386. Thirsty, fam. Pause. Thank God I brought this water. I'm about to do the show without this water right here. Throat would have been crusted, dusty. All right, check this out. I do have more topics, so hang in there, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you for rocking with me. All right, so this was an interesting topic that I saw. I don't know if you heard about this, but this topic is actually coming from. This topic is coming from Yahoo Sports, yahoosports.com. NBA veteran referee Haywood Workman is superheading the inaugural HBCU Hoops Invitational at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando, Florida, from December 4th through the 6th. It's actually happening tomorrow. He said he wants to create a premier tournament exclusively for historically black colleges and universities, aka HBCUs, comparable to events such as the Maui Invitational. Workman noted that HBCU programs often lack neutral court showcase opportunities. The event will feature men's and women's brackets with Florida A&M, Florida Memorial, Edward Waters, Bethune-Cookman, Barbara Scotia, Hampton, Tuskegee, and Livingstone competing. The winning men's coach will receive the Clarence Big House Gaines Award, while the women's champion coach will receive the Vivian Stringer Award, honoring two legends of HBCU basketball, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, Haywood Workman is a hell of a name, bro. Haywood Workman as your original born name on your birth certificate is a hell of a slave name, fam. You was born to put in work. I say that all respectfully. That was crazy. Yo. This is what I do want to say. Shout out to this man, though, for doing that and wanting to put HBCUs on a platform like that. Like, wanting to elevate HBCU basketball, sports, and put it on a platform that can get a little bit more attention than what it usually do. I don't know where to watch an HBCU sports game. I'm pretty sure they are somewhere. I mean, I know they're telecasting, broadcasting in places. If I wanted to find it, yes, I could find it. But on the average sports channels, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch. I would definitely watch it, but I'm saying you don't see Grambling State versus Morehouse on ESPN. I've always wondered why we don't. I'm like, since HBCUs exist, why they don't show them? I'm like, they do have basketball and football teams, right? Yes. Okay, so why are they not showing them? Are they just not that good? Is it that they're not in in certain divisions? Like, what is it exactly? I never knew. Kind of just let it go and let it be what it be. But I think this is a great step in the right direction for Mr. Haywood Workman. Ain't no way that's your name. Ain't no way that's your real name. Haywood Workman? Haywood Workman. Hell no. That's crazy, fam. Bruh. Shout out to Mr. Workman for wanting to put HBCU basketball on a platform like that. I don't know what it takes for a referee to do something, to pull it like. That's what we gotta ask as well. Like, how the hell are they saying a referee is launching this invitation? You got paper like that? You got paper like that from refereeing? Hey man, his last name Workman. Haywood. Put it on the hardwood. Pause. But listen, very interesting news. I want to say, and if you know me, you know I like to support new sports. For the most part, not all of them. But I rock with this because I've always wanted to see HBCU basketball, man. Like on a big platform as well. So let me know what you think about that. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. All right, this is about to be crazy right here. Oh no, we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that yet. All right, we'll wait. We'll wait. Okay. All right. So next topic. Speaking of new sports, right? In the NFL. Oh, I actually had that right here. Oh man, that sucks. I had information to a story I already talked about, but this is coming from ESPN.com, by the way. New York Jets owner Woody Johnson and the Betty Wald Johnson Foundation are donating $1 million to the Eastern College Athletic Conference, the ECAC, to launch the largest collegiate women's flag football league in the United States beginning in 2026. The 707 league will run from February through April, with the media day and talent identification camp at MetLife Stadium to kick off the season and a championship game hosted at the stadium in early May. Jets Chairman Johnson said the initiative creates a pathway for student athletes to compete and lead on and off the field. NFL executive Troy Vincent Sr. called the effort a significant milestone for women's sports. I would agree with that. The Jets' investment builds on their long-running sport of girls flag football since 2011. The organization has founded 260 high school flag football teams, enabling more than 7,500 girls to play, and it plans to expand its Jets Flag Elite program to the United Kingdom in 2026 as well. Well, a lot to say about that. First and foremost, we see where all the Jets football attention is going. It clearly ain't on the NFL field. Clearly, they say, you know what? We so ass. Let's just start giving money and focus on the women's flag football championship. We're going to be one of the first to get one of them championships. Jets going to get a championship some way. It's going to be women's flag football. That's crazy, fam. So if you are a fan of the Jets and you ever wonder what do they spend their money on, their time and energy, what are they doing? This is it right here. ECAC, Women's Flag Football League. That's what they spend on. Largest one. The other thing to break down, they're donating $1 million. Just $1 million. I imagine it takes more than $1 million to launch a sports league. I'm just guessing, right? Now, they're donating this, and it's probably a drop in the bucket. I assure you. But the way the article was read, it made it seem like they started a whole league with $1 million is what I'm saying. And I just don't see that to be true. But I think it's a big deal because it is the Jets. It's a National Football League franchise. And it's in New York as well. And the team is ass. So I think all of those play into a factor as to why this is a headline in general. The other thing we got to ask about this, and we got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. Are you watching women's flag football currently, or would you watch women's flag football? Now, I'm not making this face or saying like I won't watch it. It's another new sport to a certain degree. It's a twist on an older sport, current sport or whatever. But do I want to watch football with no hitting for real? No. I'll watch football for that. That's like watching boxing with big padded soft gloves and headgear. It's like, what are we really watching this for? Like, just for the foundation of the game? Like, I don't want to watch layups and chest passes and bounce passes and little fancy stuff like that. I don't want to see that, bro. I want to see people get hurt on the field, get tackled, get knocked out in the ring, like that type of stuff. In basketball, I want to see you get dunked on. I want to see the nuts in your face and all of that. Pause. Super pause. But with that being said, man, the question still remains, do you want to see women's flag football? I'm going to be honest and say no. Just without it actually existing or without me seeing it, I'll say. Without me ever seeing it, I'll say no. But let me see it, and hopefully that'll change my mind. That's what I'm on right now. I'm mature. Let me see it, and I'll decide how I feel about it. I'll decide maybe if I want to let it grow on me. Pause. But the Jets donating $1 million to focus on women's flag football when their real football team is 2 cheeks and 2 weeks. 2 week. So anyway, let me know what you think about the Jets spending this money, investing in women's flag football. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show 313-466-4386. See if I got this other topic rolling up and ready. Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and get to it right here. Now this next topic right here is coming from ClevelandBrowns.com. This is official. The Cleveland Browns opened the practice window for quarterback Deshaun Watson on December 3rd. That's today. Allowing him to practice in a limited capacity for the first time since tearing his right Achilles tendon in Week 7 last year. Coach Kevin Stefanski said Watson has worked hard in rehabilitation and is excited to get back on the field with teammates. Watson started the first 7 games of the 2024 season, throwing for 1,148 yards and 5 touchdowns, rushing for 148 and scored a touchdown before suffering an injury against Cincinnati. The Browns placed him on injured reserve October 22nd, and he underwent surgeries on October 25th and January 9th to repair the tendon. The team hasn't set a timetable for his return to game action, but Stefanski noted practice designation is an important step towards Watson's eventual comeback. The coach said that. His eventual comeback. Ladies and gentlemen, if Deshaun Watson plays a game and or starts for the Cleveland Browns at any moment this season, they'll be the first team that I know of to run through 4 quarterbacks in a season. 4 quarterbacks in a season. Damn. Now, I'm going to be honest. I want to see it. As bad as I want to see Shedeur, I want to see Deshaun Watson play. And I want to see it for so many reasons. I just want to see him play because I haven't seen him in a while. I want to see if he still got it. For 2, he had all them allegations as well. Not to say that I want to see because he had those allegations, but the fact that the team still signed this man with those allegations is crazy. That's crazy to me. And, you know, honestly, like, what he did in Texas, I think he was pretty decent. Don't get me wrong. I think it was cool, but I think he got some gas in the tank. I think he can make a difference for a squad. That injury and the timing was unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. Any injury is bad timing. Don't get me wrong, but I forgot Deshaun Watson was even on their roster. We knew that there were 3 QBs deep when they started off with Joe Flacco, then had Dylan Gabriel, and now Shedeur Sanders. I was thinking the whole time, what if something, God forbid, happens to Shedeur? What are they going to do? And then, God forbid, Deshaun Watson comes out of nowhere. That was crazy. This news is crazy. It's coming from the Cleveland Browns. .com. Look it up. That's crazy to me, man. But Deshaun Watson, do you want to see him back on the field? I already said yeah. I say yes. Get Deshaun Watson back on the field immediately. Not even like I don't want to see Shedeur. I definitely want to see Shedeur. Don't get it twisted. I think Shedeur and Shadon. I think Shedeur and Deshaun should that shit kind of like, I don't know, flip-flop them out. Put Dylan in there every now and then. Like, I think teams should start rotating quarterbacks more anyway to give their backups more reps. Call me crazy. But this is what I'm on. Pause. But I'm with Deshaun Watson returning. I'm with Deshaun Watson returning to football and possibly, I ain't going to say starting, but possibly playing at least a game or getting in for a little bit. Maybe Shedeur blows out a team eventually, one game, last game of the season or something. Then they say, let's let Deshaun Watson get in for like the last 2 minutes. I'll be with that. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat, in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. These my last couple topics. Yeah, man. All right, so you see the chat behind me. Pause. Super pause. Coming from ESPN.com. The World Boxing Council stripped undefeated star Terence Crawford of his super middleweight title on December 3rd. That's today, fam. Says he failed to pay required sanctioning fees after his lucrative win over Canelo Alvarez in September. The WBC said it reduced the fee from 3% to 0.5%, also known as 0.5%. 0.6% on Crawford's reported $50 million purse, but they still didn't receive payment. Terence Crawford, 42-0 with 31 knockouts, responded in an he cussed a lot in a social media video, refusing to pay and questioning why the WBC demanded more than other sanctioning bodies. He has won championships in 5 divisions and been undisputed in 3 weight classes. With the title now vacant, the WBC ordered a bout between unbeaten British contender Hamza Shiraz, who's 22-0-1 with 18 knockouts, and Cameroon-born Canadian-based Christian Mbili, who's 29-0-1 with 24 knockouts. Both of these weirdos only got a tie. They better have a tie to each other. But anyway, the winner will claim the belt and continue climbing ESPN super middleweight rainbow. We don't care about that. The news is that Big Dog just vacated the belt. He said, F y'all. I ain't paying ish on nothing. King Kong. Say no. Let's do the math though. What is 0.6% of $1 million? If 1% of $1 million is 100, is it 100,000? So what would that be, like 60,000? Get the, man, stop playing. That can't be 60,000. 0.6 times, oh wait, no, we did say 50 million. Excuse me. 3, 1, 2, 3. Got it. No. I did that wrong. All right, 0.6 divided by 50 million. Did I do that right? I do that right, chat? Hell no. All right, so that's crazy. It's crazy how I don't know how to do this math. Anyway, the point is, wait, hold on, man. I'm gonna get this right, bro. 0.6% of percent. Oh, there we go. Yeah, $300,000. $300,000. 0.6% of 50 million is $300,000. Detroit Public School education here, so I didn't know that. He doesn't want to pay $300,000 out of 50 million. In a $50 million pot, that's not a lot of money. To my pockets right now, that's too much goddamn money for a belt, fam. You can have that belt. You can have that belt. I swear to God, you can keep that money. I'm still the champ. I'm still the champ. Don't get it twisted. Even when one of them other dudes fight and win this vacated belt, somebody explained that to me before about Floyd Mayweather vacating belts. Shout out to KG. I'm pretty sure it's my dog KG. And they were saying like he used to get his money and he'll vacate a belt because he not about to be paying. And then he'll do something again with fighting and re-getting the title and doing something to make the fight more exciting or something. I was like, yo, it's genius. But I'm the same way. I'm not about to pay you $300,000 for this funk-ass belt. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, fam. So I just had, hey man, listen. Without even knowing full context of the whole situation with belts and WBC, WBO, and PBC and all this other goofy stuff, I just know $300,000 is too much money to have a belt, bro. I don't care how much money I made. And they tried to hit him with 3%. Oh my God. Hold on. They tried to hit him with 3% and lowered it to 0.6%. Let me see what 3% is. 3% of $50 million is $1.5 million. 1.5. Y'all was trying to get some of my pot. That's a real tax right there. And y'all lowered it from 1.5 million to 300,000? Oh man, y'all can get up out of here, bro. Hey, I ain't mad at you, Terence Crawford. I ain't mad at you, bud. I ain't mad at you, bud. Yep, go ahead. Somebody else can come get this belt, but I'll whoop your ass too. Just know that. Whoever get the belt, I'll whoop your ass too. I will whoop your ass. That's what Terence Crawford is saying. I know he's saying that. If he ain't, I'm saying it for him. But let me know what you think off in the live chat, in the comments, or call into the show. Would you pay the three? If you want to fight for $50 million, would you pay $300,000 just to keep this belt? Would you pay 1.5 or at the least $300,000 just to keep a belt? Would you? Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show. 313-466-4386. Man, I never got this answer. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Where is this at, bro? I got this answer somewhere. Hold on. All right, so I do got another topic. My last topic of the day, bro. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. December 19th, Casilla Center, Miami, Florida. Live on Netflix. Jake Paul 12-1 with 7 knockouts. Anthony Joshua 28-4 with 25 knockouts. Now with Photoshop, you can make anybody look bigger than somebody else. Pause. But Anthony Joshua is really about bigger than this dude, Jake Paul, like this, fam. I think he should. I think Anthony Joshua, like I said that with the last dude, with Tank, when Tank was supposed to fight Jake, which I'll talk about in a minute. Anthony Joshua, a real boxer. He's a Briton boxer. He's from the UK. I could see him fighting for the bread then. I could see him fighting for the bread. I'm not mad at that. If he take a fall or take the length, take it the distance, I feel like he could for sure knock Jake Paul down. Knock him out, I should say. But we'll see what happens. Jake Paul is the underdog, the betting underdog as well. So anybody looking to probably win some easy money, I bet on Jake. I bet on Jake to win. At the very least, I don't know. Especially with him being the underdog. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's not that obvious. But I think Jake Paul gonna get this win. He ain't gonna get no knockout, but he'll get the win. If he get a knockout, bro, this whole thing is Tyler Perry wrote this whole thing, bro. Tyler Perry wrote this whole thing if Jake Paul get a knockout. If he win, he still got some money in the pot. But if he knock him out, Jake Paul knock out Anthony Joshua, Tyler Perry's somewhere in the crowd. So let's talk about Jake Paul and this whole Tank Davis fight being canceled. Here's the thing, Tank Davis. Here's the thing, bro. You supposed to be like a real boxer. Like a real boxer, bro. Like you're undefeated. Not like the record means anything, but you're undefeated. Talk a lot of smack. You're a Floyd protege to a certain degree, people say. I don't know if you want to be associated with him anymore, but you're supposed to be this badass, right? The next up and coming and all that. But you even entertain the fight during your actual career. I can see if this was later in your career, but during your actual career, you entertain the fight with a YouTuber, fam, who has less than 15 fights. This man has less than 15 fights, and you're challenging this man or accepting his challenge. Would you do that with any other boxer? Which further lets us all know this is for the money. You wouldn't do this with any other boxer that called you out who had a 12-1 record. You're doing this for the money. You were, I should say, Tank Davis. So the expectation was for you to either take the fall or knock that white boy out. And I don't think you had it in you to just ruin your legacy like that. But the fact that you even entertained it and it was part of it, I hope y'all eventually do it now. You got to come back and fight the white boy now at this point, the fact that you even agreed to it. Because it better not be you that turned down this fight. And I don't think Jake Paul did. I just don't see that happening. They say it was because of the case that Gervonta Tank Davis had. He had a case, a domestic violence case, I believe. I believe we talked about on the show. Yeah, right, fam. They use stuff like that to sell fights. Unless he was really doing jail time or something like that, I don't believe it. But eventually we want to see that. But you know we really want to see, Tank? That rematch with Lamont Roach, who will be fighting somebody else, I believe this weekend on, I believe it's on Amazon Prime. I forgot to write that down. But Lamont Roach, I forgot who he's fighting. Justin or something like that. I'm with Lamont Roach. He gave Gervonta Tank Davis that work. Lamont Roach did. So I'm almost. I think I can almost call myself a fan to a certain degree with Lamont Roach. But whoever he's fighting this weekend, good luck to him. I hope he gets that dub for sure, for sure. But we just want to talk about that in boxing. But Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul, December 19th, live on Netflix in Miami. Who you got? You see the records right here, right? You see the records? Let me move my hand. Okay, you see my finger? You see the records? One of them got 32 fights, one of them got 13. Almost three times as many fights. What are we doing, bro? You got more than twice as many. Excuse me, almost. You almost got twice as many knockouts as he has fights total. Like, this is crazy. But anyway, we'll see. If I was a betting man, I'd probably bet on both. That's why I'm not a betting man. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. Who cares? Don't call into the show. We don't really do all that right now. Hey, check this out, though. So the real deal, Holyfield, is... Get this out of here. So check this out. Real deal, Holyfield. We're in this transition period of moving the broadcast, moving the program and the show to a whole nother YouTube channel. From the Stands Sports Fan. From the Stands Sports Fan YouTube channel. I'm building it right now, taking some time. Building some different YouTube channels. But I still had to get mine off pause and talk sports. So that's why I'm still doing the broadcast here on Team Elite Media. But I'm building other YouTube channels for other stuff. I'm just testing out content, testing out the algorithms, how they do, and being related to other content as well, and seeing if that slows it down. But appreciate you for rocking with me. If you got this far in the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, all that. We appreciate you, man. We'll do another stream, maybe in another day or two. I'll pop up soon, but we will also eventually get to a consistent schedule when we get to From the Stands Sports Fan YouTube channel or network in general. We'll talk more about that later. Appreciate you for kicking it, baby. We out.